Hello everyone, I'm back with day 5, a trip to the Immigration Museum. I learned in this article that Sarah went with her class and visited the Ellis Island Immigration Museum. I learned about what she saw. Her teacher actually in the beginning says, this museum is in the building where immigrants to the United States arrived 100 years ago. You will learn how people came to America back then. Please think about how different things are today. Boys and girls, that really got me thinking at the very beginning about how what she was going to see was very different from the way we do things nowadays. We learn that they arrived by ferry boat. They went past the Statue of Liberty. Sarah noticed that the museum was in a big red and white building. The author goes on to tell us about things that Sarah saw. She saw old trunks, suitcases, and baskets. This is where immigrants had to check their baggage, a guide said. They had come on long trips aboard very crowded ships. Boys and girls, are you thinking what I'm thinking? This reminds me of when the slaves came over from West Africa. They were on very crowded ships also. They knew they might never be able to return to their old countries. The museum was filled with photographs and exhibits. Sarah saw old-time dresses, boots, and other clothing from many countries. She looked at letters and passports and documents. She and her friends watched a few video interviews. The people being interviewed were proud to have become Americans. In this article, I learn about a lot of the things that Sarah saw, but I don't learn a whole lot about how she felt as she was going through the museum. The only thing that the narrator, boys and girls, says is that Sarah also felt proud. Her parents had immigrated to the United States too. So I can tell from this that her parents were immigrants. They had come from another country, and this made her feel proud. She thought she would like to know more about how her parents came here. And then she goes on to say, I'm going to interview them when I get home, she decided. Boys and girls, the perspective and the point of view that this story is being told from, a narrator's or third-person point of view, does affect what we learn in this story. If this story were told from Sarah's point of view, then there would be a whole lot more I's and we's in the story. We would probably learn a lot more about what she thought, about the things that she saw as she went through the museum. Okay. Your directions were to complete the following writing assignment. The story is told by a narrator. Write an essay explaining how the story would be different if written in first-person point of view. Use evidence from the passage to support your response. Boys and girls, I did not actually do a complete response, but I wrote some things here just as reminders for me of that I wanted to mention to you guys in the video. But I did write an example here at the end. So let's read this together. Think about how the narrator tells about what Sarah saw and learned at the museum. This is what I want you to think about as you're writing your essay. And of course, I know some of you have already written your essay, but I want you to go back and check it and see if you included these things in it. If Sarah was telling the story, we would know more about her personal thoughts and feelings. For example, when Sarah's class arrived at Ellis Island, we would know how she felt. Miss Clyde just made an error. Maybe it would say, or she would say, I couldn't believe how gigantic the museum is. Think about it, boys and girls. If you were actually there, you would probably be talking to your friends and you would be making comments about the things that you were seeing. and express your feelings about those things. So I hope that that just gets you started, and sorry about the mistake. So even Miss Client makes mistakes. That's why we have to proofread our work, and I have to admit, I did not proofread that last sentence, boys and girls.